Hello, everyone, and welcome back into Washington, Pennsylvania, here at Consol Energy Park. Game 2 of today's doubleheader between your Washington Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. And Game 2 of this 3-game series. I'm Zach Ziegler, bringing you Washington Wild Things baseball throughout the 2016 season. And you are now listening to the second Washington Wild Things pregame show of the day. I'm Zach Ziegler. Coming up here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show, going to take a look at what happened in Game 1 of this doubleheader. The Wild Things losing that one by a score of 3-1. And going to take a look at tonight at the second game's lineups and first pitch coming up here. Also going to take a look around the Frontier League, including standings, schedules, and what these two teams have coming up next. It's all right here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show. This broadcast brought to you by Consol Energy, Bethany College, and True Par America. Keep it tuned right here. All that coming up here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show, Game 2 of the doubleheader between your Washington Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. Game 1 didn't exactly go as your Washington Wild Things wanted it to go, as they dropped it by a score of 3-1, losing to Traverse City. Traverse City got the first run of the game in the top of the third after a two-out single by Jeff Debut, and he stole second base. Ryan Bacher doubled him home, giving Traverse City a 1-0 lead. Then in the fourth, a solo shot by Will Kenger, his first of the 2016 season, made the score 2-0 Traverse City. Then we moved on to the Washington Wild Things. They got their first run of the game in the bottom of that fourth inning, cutting the lead in half. Dave Popkins, his first home run of the 2016 season, got the Wild Things on the board 2-1. Unfortunately, that is all that the Wild Things would get, and the Traverse City Beach Bums added an insurance run on a home run by Wesley Wallace in the seventh inning to solidify the score at 3-1. So the Washington Wild Things, falling in Game 1 of this doubleheader, look to bounce back here in Game 2. We had a sit-down with Andrew Heck before Game 1 of this doubleheader. Going to replay that interview for you here in case you missed it. You're listening to the Washington Wild Things pregame show. It's Andrew Heck next here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show here on the MSA Sports Network. Currently joined by Andrew Heck from the Washington Wild Things. And Andrew, we're going to go back to Saturday night's game. You were 2 for 4, 2 extra base hits, including an RBI triple that really got your guys out in front. What did that big hit mean for you?
It means everything for our team. Hitting's kind of contagious, and we've hit a lot of balls hard as a team this year, right at guys. It's good to get a couple to fall in. And, anytime I think a team sees balls starting to fall in, it's contagious a little bit. I mean, we've swung the best well. We've hit balls right at guys, especially when we've been on the road. I think we have more to show for than what, our averages show. They're gonna start falling in. It's law of averages. You hit the ball hard, it'll end up getting down and getting your base hits.
And then after that rain out on Sunday, having the 2 off days, Monday and Tuesday, what does that do in terms of rest for you guys, getting you ready for today where you have to play a doubleheader?
Yeah, I mean, when you go through streaks of playing 6 straight days, 7 straight days, or even more, especially early in the season, you're still getting acclimated back to it. It's nice to have a couple days off to get your, body rested up. You get rejuvenated a little bit. because you're going right back into the fire with a doubleheader tonight. So, two off days is kind of nice. Just get your body back ready to go. I mean, you like it early in the season because you're still getting acclimated. You like it late in the season because you're getting a little worn down. It kind of helps out. You just got to make sure you take care of your body pretty well on those off days.
Coming into today's doubleheader, how do you mentally prepare for having to play the 2 games instead of just having the 1 game per day?
It's 1 game at a time. It's just like any other day. You can't be thinking about the second game. You got to play the first game. Go out for a win, and it's kind of nice. You get the opportunity to try to win a series on the same day rather than having to come back to back. It's a little different being a 7-inning game. You gotta be ready to go from the start. You got to be able to score runs early, especially in 7-inning games, because you get teams that have good bullpens. They'll go to them a lot quicker to lock up that victory. So you got to be ready to go from inning 1 and be able to put some runs up early in a game too.
And finally, you were part of this team last year as well. Can you compare last year's squad to this year's squad? What's better? What's different? What's coming with this team?
There's some same similarities. I really like how the locker room is. We've got a lot of good guys on this group. You've been around us. Wisniewski, he really keeps everybody, in pretty good spirits all the time. That's the type of guys you need. You need guys like him as well as everybody else, and that's the great part about this year's team. Seems like everybody gets along pretty well, and we mesh, we gel well together. We got to keep it going. And the other thing that you really notice about this team, everybody kind of holds everybody accountable for the most part, and that's what you need to do. I think we got away from that a little bit last year, accountability-wise. Good and bad. When bad things happen, we got to be able to turn it around quick. And when good things happen, you got to keep that going. But at the same time, this season is a long season, 96 games. You can't get too high on your highs. You can't get too low on your lows. Got to stay even keeling. You got to want to get after it every day you come to the park. That's really what I like about this team. Everybody seems to show up and want to get after it here.
Thanks, Andrew. Good luck today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show, getting you ready for Game 2 of this doubleheader and of this 3-game series with the Traverse City Beach Bums. I'm Zach Ziegler. As we said, Game 1 of the doubleheader, the Washington Wild Things falling to Traverse City by a score of 3-1. Dave Popkins providing the only offense on the day, with his first home run of the 2016 season. Lineups being exchanged down at home plate, so we're going to go over the starting lineups for today's game. First for the visiting Traverse City Beach Bums, now with a record of 3-6. They lead off with their right fielder, Jeff Debut. Batting second in left field will be Ryan Botker. Batting third at second base, Steven Patterson. In the cleanup spot, designated hitter Jose Vargas. Batting fifth at first base, Brandon Thomason. Batting sixth will be shortstop Will Kendra, a big factor in that first game for Traverse City. Batting seventh, the third baseman Matt Burns. Hitting eighth behind the plate will be Kendall Patrick. And batting ninth in center field will be Wesley Wallace. On the mound for Traverse City here in Game 2, Rob Blanc is the starting pitcher. For your Washington Wild Things, enter the game with a record of 4-5. They lead off with their center fielder Jamal Austin. Batting second at shortstop will be Austin Wobrock. In the 3-hole at third base, Brian Haar. Batting cleanup in right field, Dave Popkins hit his first home run of the 2016 season in that first game. Batting fifth, the designated hitter Ricky Rodriguez. Batting sixth in left field, Andrew Heck. Batting seventh, first baseman Grant Fink. Batting eighth behind the plate, Eddie Sarando. And batting ninth at second base is Justin Fox. Getting ready for Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Traverse City Beach Bums here. Remember, 7-inning contests. First one, a 3-1 score was the final in that one. Just about ready for baseball here at Consol Energy Park. We're going to take one more break here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
And just about ready for baseball here in Game 2 of this doubleheader between your Washington Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. Wild Things drop in the first game of the doubleheader by a score of 3-1. They look to bounce back here in Game 2. Wild Things from the field, going to take a look at them defensively. Outfield left to right, Heck, Austin, and Popkins. Left side of the infield held down by Haar and Wilbrock. Right side by Fox and Fink. And it'll be Eddie Sarando behind the plate, catching Connor Kendrick. Kendrick on the mound, his third start of the year, comes in with a record of 0-1, 8 1/3 innings pitched, 10 runs, all of them earned, 13 hits, 4 walked, 4 strikeouts, a 10.80 ERA. So Kendrick been knocked around a little bit in his first 2 starts for the Washington Wild Things. Looks to turn it around here in start number 3. For the Traverse City Beach Bums, look at their lineup one more time. Lead off with right fielder Jeff Debut, batting second in left field Ryan Bacher, hitting third at second base Stephen Patterson, batting fourth designated hitter Jose Vargas, batting fifth at first base Brandon Thomason, batting sixth shortstop Will Kenger, batting seventh at third base Matt Burns, hitting eighth and behind the plate Kendall Patrick, and batting ninth in center field will be Wesley Wallace. So game 2 of this doubleheader just getting underway. Connor Kendrick finishing up his warm-up tosses. Kendrick standing in at 6'1", 185 pounds from Sharpsburg, Georgia, the lefty. Pitched in the New York Yankees AAA system a year ago. And leading things off for the Traverse City Beach Bums here in Game 2 will be Jeff Debut. Jeff Debut in the first game was 1 for 4. So Kendrick looks in. And here's the first pitch of Game 2. And that's a strike, no balls, and a strike. 0-1 the count. First pitch of this game thrown at 8:17 p.m. Temperature outside a little cooler than the first time, around 66. First pitch time and temperature brought to you by State Line Cafe and Hot Spot. As this pitch low, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. So we start game 2 of this doubleheader. The Blue entered the day hitting 100, and he pops this ball up. Justin Fox just past the infield, calling people off, and he'll make the catch. So that's out number 1. A quick start to the game for Connor Kendrick, and that'll bring up the left fielder Ryan Bacher. Bacher came into today hitting 250. In game 1, he was 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Drove in the first run of the game for Traverse City in game 1. Currently in game 2, 1 out, top of the first, just underway. Some clouds rolling over here, Consol Energy Park. As Kendrick looks in, he's set, and here's his pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. The Wild Things again in their white home jerseys. Didn't even change. Just going to play another game in them. Traverse City again in their blue jerseys with the yellow sleeves. Kendrick set in the 0-1. And this one hit sharply off the glove of Kendrick. A fortunate hop for the Wild Things. Fink makes the play and gets the tag. So an unconventional 1-3 put out. As the ball was blistered up the middle, it actually took Connor Kendrick's glove off as it hit his glove and ricocheted over to the first baseman, Grant Fink. Fink with a heads-up play, getting the tag and getting the out. So now 2 away, and in steps Stephen Patterson, the second baseman. Patterson in game 1, 1 for 3. Single and a stolen base. He was part of a very defensive-minded middle infield, making a lot of plays in the game in game 1. 0-1, 2 outs, top of the first, game 2 of this doubleheader. No score between the Traverse City Beach Bums and your Washington Wild Things. Kendrick set in the 0-1. And this one hit sharply to Fox at second. He has it thrown to first, and quickly the first inning is retired. Traverse City goes 1-2-3. After half an inning, the score, Traverse City nothing. Your Washington Wild Things coming to bat. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day, to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Game 2 of this doubleheader between your Washington Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. Going to the bottom of the first, no score. Looking at the defensive alignment for Traverse City, outfield left to right, Bacher, Wallace, and Dubuque. Left side of the infield held down by Burns and Kenger. Right side by Patterson and Thomason. And behind the plate will be Kendall Patrick. For your Washington Wild Things, one more look at their lineup. They lead off with center fielder Jamal Austin. Hitting second at shortstop will be Austin Wobrock. The number 3 hole is Brian Harr at third base. Batting fourth, right fielder Dave Popkins at his first home run in the first game of this doubleheader. Ricky Rodriguez, the designated hitter, hits fifth. Andrew Heck is in left field. He'll hit in the sixth hole. Batting seventh at first base, Grant Fink, his first appearance there in the 2016 season. Batting eighth behind the plate, Eddie Sarando, and hitting ninth at second base will be Justin Fox. Here from Consol Energy Park, Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Wild Things and Traverse City. Wild Things dropped Game 1 by a score of 3-1, looking to rebound here in Game 2. Facing Rob Blanc on the mound. Blanc has one start on the year, only went 2 innings in that start, gave up 4 runs, all of them earned. 2 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. His ERA currently sits at 18. So a rough outing last time for Blanc, and the Wild Things will look to take advantage of that. As we are ready for baseball here in the bottom of the first, as Blanc finishing his warm-up tosses, and that'll bring up the center fielder Jamal Austin. In Game 1, Austin 0 for 3. But he was robbed by Steven Patterson back in the first inning of that one. Patterson made a nice leaping catch, getting the ball just on the tip of his glove and making the catch. That was the first out of the game. So Austin steps in, and we are ready for the home half of the first. Blanc looks into Patrick behind the plate. He's set in the first pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Jamal Austin. Austin hitless in his last game, so he's reached in 7 of the team's first 9 games. Blanc set in the 1-0. And that's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. From Blanc, he does a weird double leg kick. He lifts his leg up, kicks it, and then lifts it again before throwing his pitch. Blanc set in the 1-1. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. As we said last time out for Blanc, 3 walks in just 2 innings of work, the 2-1. And this ball hit to the left center field gap. That'll get down. And Jamal Austin will lead things off here with a single. Wasn't hit as deep as I thought it would be, but nonetheless a leadoff base runner for your Washington Wild Things. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. Wobrock in that first game, 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a fly out. Wobrock came into the day hitting .258, a homer and 5 RBIs. So Blanc looks into Patrick. Jamal Austin does have a steal at first base. There's 3 stolen bases this year, excuse me. There goes Austin again. Pitch outside, the throw down, and it's not in time. So Jamal Austin in there with his 4th stolen base of the young season. And the Wild Things have a runner in scoring position here with nobody out. It's already a better start here to Game 2 than it did to Game 1. In first inning in Game 1, they went 1-2-3. Jamal Austin leads things off with a single, steals second, and Austin Wobrock has a 1-0 count. Blanc set, checks Austin at second. He's set, here's his pitch. And that's a called strike on Wobrock. No balls and a strike, or 1 ball, 1 strike, excuse me. 1-1 the count, nobody out, bottom first. No score between your Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. Jamal Austin at second after a leadoff single and a stolen base. Blanc set, checks Austin. And the pitch coming. And Wobrock fouls this one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Very sharply hit over there behind the Traverse City dugout. Hope everyone's all right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jamal Austin, the runner at second. Wobrock, the batter. Blanc looks in. He's set, checks Austin at second, and the pitch. And this one's also fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, another hard hit ball over there to the left. Now when Blanc's on the stretch, he doesn't use that double leg kick because he doesn't want to be slow to the plate. 1-2 the count. Nobody out, bottom first. Austin Wobrock the batter. As Blanc looks into Patrick, he's set, checks second, and the 1-2 coming. And that's high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Austin Wobrock. The Wild Things have a runner at second here, nobody out. That's Jamal Austin. 2-2 the count on Wobrock. Blanc set, checks Austin at second, and the pitch coming. And Wobrock fights this one off, but it again will go foul off to the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count, nobody out. Brian Harr, the on-deck batter. Wobrock in that first game, as we said, 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a fly out. Here in the bottom of the first, Blanc set, checks Austin at second, and the pitch coming. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Blanc already not a promising start here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Wild Things dropping game 1 by a score of 3-1. Currently 0-0 here in game 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count to Austin Wobrock. Blanc set, checks second in the pitch. And that's inside, ball 4. So the Wild Things have runners at first and second here with nobody out. And that brings up their leading RBI guy, Brian Harr. Harr in game 1, 0 for 3. His first game back from injury as he sat out 2 games with an injured leg. Back in there tonight. Jamal Austin at second, he singled and stole second base. Austin Wobrock at first, he walked. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the first. Blanc set, checks second, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, a big swing by Brian Harr there, no balls and a strike. Harr was looking to put that one in the trees beyond the parking lot. No balls and a strike. Blanc has his sign, checks Austin at second, and the 0-1. Another swing and a miss by Brian Harr, and the count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. For Harr, you don't have to press here. Just a single scores Austin and gets you on the board. We'll see what he does here, down 0-2. From Consol Energy Park, you're listening to the MSA Sports Network. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Blanc set, checks Austin at second, and the 0-2 coming. And this one's fouled away. Count sticks, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. No score. Bottom first, nobody out. Jamal Austin at second, Austin Wobrock at first. As Wild Things look to get on the board early here in game 2. Blanc set, checks second, and the 0-2. And Harr pops this one up again, and it'll go foul. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count here on Brian Harr. A long at bat, making him work. As Harr trying to get on base, trying to drive Austin in. Currently has 8 RBIs on the season, looking to add more. Blanc set. And the 0-2 coming. There goes Austin for third. Swing and a miss, the throw down. And Jamal Austin in there. His second stolen base. Austin Wobrock also steals second. So a double steal for the Wild Things. Give both Austin Wobrock and Jamal Austin a steal. And it's second and third here with 1 away as Brian Harr strikes out. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Popkins in the first game, 2 for 3, a homer and a single. Drove in the team's only run in game 1. Blanc looking in, he's set, checks Austin at third, and the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Dave Popkins, the Wild Things right fielder. Blanc on the mound. The righty versus Popkins the lefty. He's set, the 1-0. And that's outside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, bottom first. No score between your Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. But the Wild Things threatening, runners at second and third. Popkins looks to bring him home. Blanc set. The 2-0 coming. And that's outside ball 3. 3-0 the count to the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Popkins now looking to drive in 2, would take a walk, though, if he can get it. Blanc looks in. The 3-0 getting ready to come. He's set. Checks Austin at third. Here's the 3-0. And that's a called strike. 3 balls and a strike just at the knees. 3-1 the count. 1 out, bottom first. Blanc stuck in a long first inning here. Looks to keep the Wild Things off the board. Meanwhile, the Wild Things are at second and third. Jamal Austin at third after a single. Austin Wobrock at second after a walk. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss by Popkins. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Ricky Rodriguez on deck, the designated hitter. Popkins, 1 RBI on the season, 1 home run. Got both in the last game. Blanc set, the 3-2 coming. And that's high ball 4. So Popkins will walk, and the bases are full of Wild Things here with only 1 away. And that brings up Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez in game number 1 played left field, went 1 for 3 with a single. Single would be big here if he could come through. Came off the disabled list on Friday, has played in 2 games. This is his 4th game, 3 games, excuse me. He's played in game 1. So this is his 4th game off the DL. Blanc has his sign. He's set. And the pitch to Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike here on Ricky. 0-1 the count. Big opportunity for the Wild Things here in inning number 1 as they look to come through. In game 2 of this doubleheader with Traverse City. Blanc looking in. He has his sign. He's set. Checks Wobrock at second. The 0-1. And this ball chopped right in front of the plate. Blanc has it. Throws to home for the force. Throws to first. Not in time. So they get the out at home as Jamal Austin is retired. Meanwhile, the bases are still loaded as Rodriguez reaches on the fielder's choice now. 1-2 on the putout. And with 2 away now, that'll bring up Andrew Heck, the left fielder. Bases still full of Wild Things. Heck did not play in game 1 in the first game of this doubleheader. We interviewed him on the pregame show. Heck comes in hitting 200, no homers, 3 RBIs. Had the big day Saturday night. Went 2 for 4 in that game and helped the Wild Things get the victory. Blanc set. The pitch coming to Heck. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike to Heck. 0-1 the count, 2 away, bottom of the first. Bases full of Wild Things. Austin Wobrock at second after a walk. Austin Wobrock at third after a walk. Dave Popkins at second. He walked, and Ricky Rodriguez at first after the fielder's choice, the 0-1. And that's outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 6th man to face Blanc here in the first inning. Very different from game 1 as the Wild Things went 1-2-3 in inning number 1. Blanc looking into Kendall Patrick behind the plate. He has his sign. He's set. The 1-1 coming. And inside, and it hit him. So an RBI hit by pitch for Andrew Heck, and your Wild Things take an early 1-0 lead. Popkins moves up to third. Ricky Rodriguez to second. Base is still full of Wild Things, and it's 1-0. The RBI hit by pitch. It hurts a little bit, but Heck will take that one for the team. That'll bring up the first baseman, Grant Fink. Fink didn't play in the first game as well. He comes into today hitting 182, no homers, 4 RBIs. Playing first base, the pitch, and it's a strike on Fink, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Fink looking to come through. Bases loaded, 2 away. Blanc set in the 0-1. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes here on Grant. 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Wild Things lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Blanc set. The 0-2 coming. And that's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count here on the Wild Things first baseman. Bases full of Wild Things. Dave Popkins at third, Ricky Rodriguez at second, Andrew Heck at first. Blanc looks in. He's set. The 1-2. That's outside, ball 2. Nice block in the dirt there by Patrick behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-0 Wild Things lead in the bottom of the first. Blanc the righty versus Fink the righty. Here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Blanc set and the 2-2 coming. And Fink lines us down the right field line, but it'll hook foul. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. Here on Grant Fink, looking for a big hit. That's what the Wild Things haven't yet had this year, is the big hit to break the game open. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fink looking to drive someone in. Blanc set. The 2-2. And this one's fouled back. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fink staying alive here. First time we've seen Fink at first base this season. When he's been in the field, he's played left, he's played third, and he's been the designated hitter. This is good. Fink able to spread out. The Spokane, Washington native. Blanc set. The 2-2 coming to Fink. And that's high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A good at-bat here for Grant Fink. Eddie Sarando on deck, the catcher. Blanc the righty versus Fink the righty. Bases full of Wild Things. They lead 1-0, bottom first, 2 outs. Blanc set, the pitch. There goes the runners, and it's outside, ball 4. So Blanc has walked in another run. Popkins will score, and your Wild Things now lead 2-0 on the RBI walk by Grant Fink. And that'll bring up Eddie Sarando. As out comes manager Dan Roan to talk to his starter Rob Blanc. And Roan has worked with manager Greg Langben of the Washington Wild Things. He started out as a special assistant under Langben in 2011 for Traverse City. Excuse me. And was promoted to bench coach in 2013. To start out his career, he was named the hitting coach of the Portland Beavers, the Minnesota Twins AAA system in 1990. Following his playing career, where he played in parts of 3 seasons in the major leagues, hitting .250, 1 homer, and 11 RBIs. So Eddie Sarando coming in, 2 outs, bases loaded. Wild Things lead 2-0. Here in the bottom of the first, Sarando didn't play in game 1, hitting 100 on the season. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Sarando, no balls and a strike. The 8th man to the plate for the Wild Things here in the first, and they lead 2-0 here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Wild Things dropped the first game by a score of 3-1. Blanc set the 0-1. Eddie swings and misses, no balls, 2 strikes. Big cut there by Sarando. Is he trying to break this game open early for the Wild Things, and a double could do it. Blanc has his sign, the 0-2 coming. Outside, ball 1. Good take there by Sarando. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Wild Things lead 2-0. Blanc set the 1-2. And that's a called strike 3. Sarando strikes out, and the side is retired. But 2 runs in the inning for the Wild Things, only courtesy of 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on. After an inning of play, the score, your Wild Things 2, Traverse City nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership charter school, lead, don't follow.
We're back here at the top of the second. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Game 2 of this doubleheader between your Washington Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. Connor Kendrick on the mound for the Wild Things. The first inning pretty smooth for him, 1-2-3. As he got Jeff W. to pop out, Ryan Botker to fly out or to ground out. And Steven Patterson to ground out to end the inning 1-2-3. So Kendrick looking for the same success here in the top of the second. All Sunday home games are Donation Sundays brought to you by Goodwill. Fans are encouraged to bring gently used items to the park on Sundays and enter to win prizes courtesy of Goodwill. So bring in some gently used items, help out a family in need, and do some good here on Sundays at the ballpark. The first Sunday of the year rained out as we only played 3 innings on Sunday against the Lake Erie Crushers before the rain came through. And due up for the Traverse City Beach Bums in this inning, Jose Vargas, Brandon Thomason, and Will Kenger. The 4, 5, 6 hitters to face Connor Kendrick. And Vargas will step in. In Game 1, Vargas 1 for 3 with a single. Let's see what he can do here in Game 2 against Connor Kendrick. Kendrick, the lefty. This Wild Things had Trevor Foss on the mound in the first game. Foss went the complete game but got the loss, losing 3-1, giving up 3 runs in that outing. Kendrick set, here's his pitch. And it's a strike, no balls and a strike to Jose Vargas. And one thing with Kendrick, he doesn't strike out a lot of batters. Only 4 strikeouts in 8 1/3 innings of work. Kendrick's 0-1. And that's low ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, top of the second. Here in this 7-inning contest, Game 2, Kendrick's 1-1. And it's fouled off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count with Kendrick. The ball's going to be put in play, so the defenders have to be on their toes and be able to make plays. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Jose Vargas, the designated hitter, the batter. Kendrick looks in. He's set the 1-2. And this one fouled away, so count sticks, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, nobody out, top second. Wild Things lead 2-0 over the Traverse City Beach Bums. Here at Consol Energy Park. Kendrick set the 1-2 pitch. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Kendrick's been doing a nice job of getting ahead of batters early. It's what we always talk about with these Wild Things pitchers. Get ahead early and you'll be good. The 2-2. And this one's fouled off. Count remains even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Washington Wild Thing mascot on top of the dugout on the first base side, messing around with some fans. It's always a fun time here at Consol Energy Park. Fun family atmosphere. Kendrick's 2-2. And this one's fouled away, and that'll get into the bleachers, so the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, nobody out. With all the little kids running for that ball in the bleachers. Wild Things lead 2-0 here in the top of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Vargas. Kendrick's 2-2. And this one fouled off. This one hit off the ankle of Jose Vargas, as he'll limp this one out. That never feels good. No shin protector down there for Vargas, so that hits him in the bare leg. And he's going to need a few minutes to stretch himself out. And the umpire will award him that as walking around home plate, getting some new baseballs. Be ready to be put in play. So Vargas is ready, back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top second. As Vargas steps in. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Game 1, a very fast game. Only an hour and a half on that one, the 2-2. And this one lined sharply, but foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First pitch of the first game was 6:05. An hour and 45, as it ended at around 7:45. This one taking a little bit longer. Already half hour in, and we're only one inning through. Kendrick looking in, and the 2-2 coming. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Jose Vargas, the designated hitter. Wild Things up 2-0 here in the top of the second. Coming to the game with a record of 4-5, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. And Kendrick strikes him out for out number 1 here in the second. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Brandon Tomlinson. Thomason in the first game, 0 for 3. As he flew out twice to center field and grounded out to third base. So the righty Thomason against the lefty Kendrick. Kendrick setting the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here on the Traverse City first baseman. Thomason ended the day hitting 172. No homers and 4 RBIs. Kendrick looks in, and the 0-1 coming. And this ball popped away and foul, so no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count here on Thomason. 1 out here in the top of the second as Kendrick got the strikeout of Jose Vargas. This is the 3rd start of the year for Connor Kendrick. He's set in the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kendrick, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Will Kenger. Kenger 1 for 3 in game 1, a home run. Drove in one of his team's 3 RBIs and played some spectacular defense up the middle, robbing 2 Wild Things of hits and making many other great plays at shortstop. Kenger really the player of the game for Traverse City. Dave Popkins won your Wild Things player of the game for game number 1 for his 2 for 3 outing. Kendrick setting his pitch. And a slow ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 strikeouts to start this inning. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Wild Things lead 2-0. Kendrick looks in. He's set. And the 1-0. And this ball popped up to the right side and foul. Fink looking for it. He lost it in the lights. Now Fox looking for it. And Fox has it in foul territory. And that is out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Traverse City Beach Bums here in the second. And after 1.5, the score. Your Washington Wild Things 2, Traverse City nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. 2-0 Wild Things lead as we go into the bottom of the second of Game 2 of this doubleheader between your Washington Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. In the first inning here in Game 2, the Wild Things sent 8 men to the plate, but only got 1 hit and scored 2 runs as they were walked 3 times. There was a hit batter and a fielder's choice. As the Wild Things get on the board early, lead 2-0 in the bottom of the second. There'll be lots of giveaways at Consol Energy Park this summer. We're giving away beach towels, t-shirts, hats, and even an ugly sweater blanket. Check out the website for more details. So Rob Blanc on the mound again for his second inning, looking for a much cleaner inning this time as there is action in the Traverse City bullpen. So they're throwing around the ball here. And in the Traverse City bullpen, that's Kramer Champlin warming up out there. No, that's James Ball, excuse me, number 12. So leading things off for the Wild Things here, Justin Fox didn't play in the first game as the first pitch to him. He's inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Fox, Austin, and Wobrock due up, 9-1-2. Fox comes into this game hitting .222, no homers and an RBI, the 1-0. And that's high ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Yeah, that is James Ball in the bullpen. Blanc's 2-0. And that's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count to the Wild Things second baseman. Bottom of the second. Wild Things lead 2-0 here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Blanc's 2-1. And this one hit the right field. Going over is W, and he will make the catch in front of the track, and that is out number 1. So one away for the Wild Things, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Jamal Austin. Austin, the only Wild Things hit on the day, as he singled back in inning number 1 and stole 2 bases. With those 2 steals, Austin now has 5 stolen bases on the season for the Wild Things. As with 1 out, Blanc looks in the pitch. And a swing and a miss by Austin. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count, 1 out, bottom second. Wild Things lead 2-0. Austin the righty versus Blanc the righty. Blanc's 0-1. Is swung on and missed on a pitch way outside. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Blanc, as we said, 3 walks in that first inning. He retires the first man here in the second, the 0-2. And this one's fouled away. Count sticks, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count here, bottom 2. Wild Things up 2-0. Blanc looks in. No balls, 2 strikes. He's set in the pitch. And this one ground to the right side. That'll be a base hit. So Austin, his second single today in as many innings. And he is on with 1 out here in the second. That'll bring up the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. Wobrock walked his first time and later scored. Wild Things up 2-0. Wobrock came into the day hitting .258 with a homer and 5 RBIs. Blanc, a lot slower worker than Lanning was in game 1. Blanc checks Austin at first. He's set, and here's the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike to the Wild Things shortstop. 0-1 the count, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Wild Things lead 2-0. Sent 8 men to the plate in the first inning. Blanc checks first. He's set. And the 0-1 coming. Throw to first. Austin back. No balls and a strike, 1 out. Wild Things lead 2-0, bottom 2. Jamal Austin at first, his second single of the day. Blanc set and the 0-1. And this one's fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count to Wobrock. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Lots of pitches thrown by Blanc. As out comes Kendall Patrick to talk to him. Now he'll come back to the plate. 0-2 the count, 1 out to Austin Wobrock. Wobrock the lefty versus Blanc the righty. Blanc looks in, has his sign as he looks over at Austin. He's set. And the 0-2. And that's way outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As we said, Wobrock walked his last time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out from Consol Energy Park on the MSA Sports Network. I'm Zach Ziegler. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Wild Things lead 2-0. Blanc set in the 1-2. There goes Austin for second, and this one's fouled away. Count sticks at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom second. Austin Wobrock, the shortstop. Oh for 3 in game 1. Blanc set, checks Austin at first, and the 1-2. And that is a balk. They got him on a balk, so Jamal Austin will move up to second, courtesy of the balk. The pitch won't count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. The balk moves Austin up to second. He reached first on a single. Blanc set in the 1-2. And this ball's popped up. Foul territory going over, and it'll go out of play. Count sticks at 1-2. 1 out, bottom second. Your Wild Things lead this one 2-0 over the Traverse City Beach Bums. Scoring their 2 runs in the first, only courtesy of 1 hit. Had 3 walks and a hit by pitch. That brought 2 runs across. Blanc set, checks Austin at second. And the 1-2. And this one grounded towards the middle. Patterson will backhand and throw to first, and that's out number 2. 4-3 on the putout. Jamal Austin moves up to third on the play, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Brian Haar. Haar 0 for 1 with a strikeout. We said Haar, the leader of this team in home runs and RBIs with 4 and 8 respectively. Righty on righty. Haar coming back from an injured leg that kept him out for 2 games. 2-0 Wild Things lead. Blanc set, checks third, the pitch. And Haar fouls this one off, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 outs, bottom second, Wild Things lead 2-0. Here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Blanc looks in, he's set, checks third, and the 0-1. And Haar towards second. Patterson will charge, make the play, and throw to first. That is out number 3. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. And after 2, the score, your Washington Wild Things 2, Traverse City nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Going to the top of the third, your Wild Things lead it 2-0. And Connor Kendrick on the mound, so far so good. He's retired the first 6 men he's faced. Due up for the Traverse City Beach Bums, Matt Burns, Kendall Patrick, and Wesley Wallace. So 7, 8, and 9, the bottom of the order. See if Kendrick can retire them in order as well. Sundays are Kids Club days at Consol Energy Park. Children 12 and under can join the club for free. They get lots of perks, including a t-shirt, giveaway items, and free tickets to all Kids Club days. For more information, log on to WashingtonWildThings.com or call the box office at 855-456-WILD. The Kids Club is sponsored by Kona Ice, Med Express, PA Leadership Charter School, Pepsi, and Frito-Lay. As we said, Connor Kendricks retired the first 6 men he's faced in this game. Looking to continue that streak here in the top of the third with your Wild Things leading 2-0. The Wild Things lost game 1 of this doubleheader by a score of 3-1. Trevor Foss a complete game in the loss. He gave up 3 runs, all of them earned. But a very good outing from him. That's 3 straight outings the Wild Things have gotten a good start from their pitcher. Kendrick looking to make it 4. As he looks in, his first batter, Matt Burns. And the pitch is a strike, no balls and a strike. Burns in game 1, the designated hitter, went 0 for 3. Playing third base here in this contest. 0-1 the count, nobody out top third. Kendricks 0-1. And this one popped up. Justin Fox will go out, called off by Popkins, who will come in and make the catch. That is out number 1. So, 1 away here in the top of the third, and that'll bring up the catcher, Kendall Patrick. Patrick did not play in game 1, comes in today hitting 100, no homers and an RBI. Patrick, the backup to Nate Cossey. And in game 2 of the doubleheader, you normally see the second catcher get in there and get some playing time. So, Patrick gets a game here. Kendrick looks in, he's set, here's his pitch. And that's a strike, 0-1 the count on Kendall Patrick. No balls and a strike, 1 out. Lefty on righty. Kendrick versus Patrick. Kendrick set the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Kendrick really pumping the ball early. 2 strikeouts so far. So on that swing, Kendall Patrick's elbow guard came off, so he had to fix that, get it back on. 0-2. 1 out, top third. Wild Things up 2-0. Kendrick's 0-2. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the third. Connor Kendrick pitched in the AAA organization of the New York Yankees a year ago. Here's his 1-2. And this one lined to left field, going over and making the catch is Andrew Heck, and that is out number 2. A sharply hit ball there, but it goes right to Heck, and that's 2 away here in the third. That'll bring up the center fielder, Wesley Wallace. Wallace, in the first game, 1 for 3, a home run. He also reached on an error by Brian Harr at third base. So Kendrick, 2 outs, top of the third. Wild Things lead 2-0 the pitch. And this one hit foul, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here from Consol Energy Park. Wild Things lead 2-0 in the top of the third of Game 2 of this doubleheader. This is a 7-inning contest as opposed to a normal 9 innings. Kendrick looks in, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count here on Wesley Wallace, the center fielder. Kendrick looking to retire the side in order for the 3rd straight inning. Timed call by the home plate umpire. And we will come back. 0-2, 2 outs. Wesley Wallace, the center fielder. Kendrick set, and the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 9 up, 9 down for Kendrick to start the game. And after 2.5, the score, your Washington Wild Things 2, Traverse City, nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here in the bottom of the third. MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Your Washington Wild Things currently lead it 2-0 over the Traverse City Beach Bums. Last inning for the Wild Things. They did get a base runner on a 1-out single by Jamal Austin. He got the second on a balk, but was stranded there as Austin Wobrock grounded out to second and Brian Harr grounded out to second as well. Due up for the Wild Things here in their home half of the third, Dave Popkins, Ricky Rodriguez, and Andrew Heck. So 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Wild Things. They look to add on. They lead 2-0 here over Traverse City. Rob Blanc on the hill. Blanc had a very rough first inning, walking 3 batters, giving up 1 hit and allowing 2 runs to come in. Cleaned things up there in the second, only had to face 4 guys. Did take him a while, though, to get through that inning. As he's thrown a lot of pitches through 2 innings, the Wild Things will look to make him work again here in the bottom of the third. So Dave Popkins coming up for your Washington Wild Things. Popkins, he walked in his first at-bat back in inning number 1. Wild Things lead it 2-0 here. Bottom third, game 2 of this doubleheader between the Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. Blanc looks in. He's set. Here comes his pitch. And Popkins swings right through it. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Here on the Wild Things right fielder, they lead 2-0 in the bottom of the third. Blanc set in the 0-1. And this one's popped up on the infield. Going back is Kenger, coming in as Botker. Botker will call him off and make the catch. That is out number 1 here in the third. So 1 away. Blanc gets a quick out here. It's unusual for him on this night. And they'll bring up the designated hitter, Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 1, reached on the fielder's choice his first time. Got all the way to the third, did not come in. Righty on righty. Rodriguez, the 6'0", 215-pound Los Angeles, California native. Blanc's first pitch to him is fouled away, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here on Rodriguez. Meanwhile, Connor Kendrick on the mound for the Wild Things. 9 up, 9 down to start this game. He's pitching very well early on. Blanc's 0-1. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Wild Things DH. Rodriguez played in left field in the first game. Designated hitter here in game 2. Blanc's 1-1. And that's way inside, and that hits Rodriguez. The second hit man of the night for Blanc. It'll give the Wild Things a 1-out base runner. And I'll bring up the left fielder, Andrew Heck. The Wild Things have 7 base runners, but only 2 hits. Or 8 base runners, only 2 hits. Both those hits belonging to Jamal Austin. Heck, not an official at bat. He was hit his last time. Blanc looking over at first. He's set. And the pitch. This one's fouled away by Heck. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Wild Things lead 2-0. Ricky Rodriguez at first. He got hit by a pitch. Blanc looking in. He's set. Checks Rodriguez at first. And the 0-1. And that's low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom 3, Andrew Heck, 4th year with the Washington Wild Things. Joined us on the pregame show earlier. Like to thank him for doing that. Blanc set and the 1-1. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Count here on Andrew Heck. Rob Blanc, really rough first inning. Cleaned things up in the second and looking to have a tidy third inning. Keeping the lead for the Wild Things where it is. Blanc set, the 2-1. And this one grounded to short. Kenger to second for 1 on to first. And it's a double play. 6-4-3. And that will end the inning. No runs for the Wild Things, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And after 3, the score, your Wild Things 2, Traverse City nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Going to the top of the 4th here. Your Wild Things currently lead 2-0. And Connor Kendrick on the mound, pitching quite a game. 9 up, 9 down to start this one for Kendrick. As we said, he came into this game with a few rough starts under his belt. He had an 0-1 record, a 10.80 ERA. Gave up 10 runs, 10 earned in 8 1/3 innings of work in 2 starts. 13 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. But today, 9 up, 9 down. See if he can keep it going here in the 4th inning. Your Wild Things leading by 2. He'll be facing the top of the order, Jeff Debut, Ryan Bacher, and Steve Patterson. Don't forget about the Antonio Brown Softball Challenge, which will be contested at Consol Energy Park on June 11th. Tickets for that event are available at the box office or online. So for more information, give them a call at 866-456-WILD. And any of your needs, call the Washington Wild Things box office. Ticket information, stadium information, about the softball game. Also have a Chris Young concert coming up. Very nice people down there in the front office. They'll help you out with whatever you need regarding Washington Wild Things or Consol Energy Park. Leading things off for the Traverse City Beach Bums here in the top of the 4th will be their, right fielder, Jeff Debut. Debut today, 0 for 1, popped out the second. Kendrick looks in, lefty on lefty, he's setting the pitch. And that's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here on Jeff Debut. Kendrick has his sign from Sorondo, the 1-0. This one lined sharply, but foul down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1, nobody out. Kendrick in his 3rd start of the year here against the Traverse City Beach Bums. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Game 2 of this doubleheader. As we enter the top of the 4th, Wild Things lead 2-zip. Kendrick set in the 1-1. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike here on Debut. And Faust did a nice job of giving the Wild Things bullpen a day off. So Kendrick looking to do the same, the 2-1, and that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, and the throw from Sorondo kind of goes past Connor Kendrick and hits off the second base bag. So he'll get a new ball. 3 balls and a strike, the count to Jeff Debut. Kendrick trying to get him out here. The 3-1. And this ball hit to left field. Andrew Heck a couple steps over, and he'll make the catch. That's out number 1. 1 away here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Ryan Bacher, the left fielder. Bacher grounded out to the pitcher his last time. He's 0 for 1. Connor Kendrick on the mound, pitching well. Retired the first 10 men he faced. He faces Bacher here. Bacher came into the day hitting .250, no homers, no RBIs. Lefty on righty. Kendrick set. And the pitch coming. And that's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bacher was in right field last game. Him and Jeff Debut switched fields. Debut went from left to right, and Bacher went from right to left, as that one's in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Wild Things lead 2-0 over the Traverse City Beach Bums. Kendrick looks in. Here's the 2-0. And that's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Wild Things lead 2-zip. Kendrick looks into Sorondo. Sorondo starting game 2 here, the doubleheader. Alex McKeon was behind the plate in game 1, the 2-1, and that's high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, only 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Kendrick went 3-1 to Jeff Debut before getting him to fly out. Kendrick set the 3-1. And this ball fouled off, so the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Steven Patterson, the second baseman, on deck. Kendrick on the mound, standing in at 6'1", 185 pounds from Sharpsburg, Georgia. As we said, pitched in the New York Yankees AAA system. Kendrick set, and he'll step off. He didn't like the sign. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Kendrick looks in, the 3-2. And that's outside, ball 4. So the first base runner of the day for the Traverse City Beach Bums comes with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And that'll bring up Steven Patterson. Patterson 0 for 1 today. So, runner at first here, 1 out for Patterson, the second baseman. Patterson came into today. The pitch is a strike, no balls and a strike. Patterson came today hitting .367 with a homer and 5 RBIs. 0-1 the count. Kendrick checks first, the pitch. And this one grounded softly to the right side. Kendrick has it, flipped to first, and that is out number 2. So 1-3 on the put out. Grant Fink, nice job laying off that ball, letting Kendrick field it, and getting the out. Meanwhile, Bacher moves up to second. Bacher on second after the walk, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Jose Vargas. Vargas entered today .444 with a homer and 4 RBIs. So Vargas and Patterson really the 2 offensive juggernauts for these Traverse City Beach Bums. as the Wild Things will look to shut them down. They did in game one. They went a combined 2 for 6. Kendrick set in the pitch. And this one lined to left field. That'll get down for the first base hit of the game. Bacher will come around to score, and it's now 2-1 Washington Wild Things over the Traverse City Beach Bums as Jose Vargas, an RBI double, gets Traverse City on the board. First hit of the day, first run for Traverse City as that pitch on the outside corner, but Vargas went with it and put it into left field for the double. So 2-1 the score now. Washington Wild Things still lead. And the first pitch of this one is popped up. That was to Brandon Tomlinson, and it'll go foul. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 the count, 2-1 the Wild Things lead here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Top of the 4th. Kendrick gave up his first hit here in inning number 4. It was that RBI double. Kendrick checks second, and the 0-1. And that's in the dirt, gets away from Sorondo. And that'll allow Vargas to move up to third on the play. So now a runner at third with 2 outs here for Traverse City. And Brandon Tomlinson a chance to tie this game with 2 away. 1-1 the count here on Brandon Tomlinson, the first baseman. That's where he played in game 1. Tomlinson came into today hitting 172, no home runs, and 4 RBIs. Kendrick doesn't like the sign he saw, so he steps off, and we'll try it again. Now he has one he likes from Sorondo. He's set, and the 1-1 coming. And this ball is popped up. Going out is Wobrock, coming in as Heck. Heck will call him off, and he'll make the catch. That is out number 3. But the Beach Bums do get a run on a hit, no errors, and a man left. And halfway home here, 3.5 the score. Your Washington Wild Things 2, Traverse City 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise, we ensure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here, bottom of the 4th, and your Wild Things have a 2-1 lead here on the MSA Sports Network. Rob Blanc back out there for his 4th inning of work. Didn't think we'd see him this far in the game after that first inning he had, where 8 Wild Things came to the plate. They got 2 runs in the inning, courtesy of 3 walks, a hit by pitch, and a fielder's choice, as well as 1 hit. That was by Jamal Austin to lead off the game. The Wild Things have 2 hits on the night. Both belong to Jamal Austin. Due up this inning for the Wild Things, Grant Fink, Eddie Sorondo, and Justin Fox. So 7, 8, and 9 here in the bottom of the 4th. Halfway home here from Consol Energy Park. And if you haven't heard, country artist Chris Young will be in concert, right here at Consol Energy Park on August the 25th. Tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com. Let's come out and see Chris Young. August 25th, still a couple months ahead, so you have some time to plan. Get out here to Washington, PA, and see a great country artist. Grant Fink will step in right now. Fink today, no official at bat yet. He walked with the bases loaded in the first. Fink comes in today hitting 150 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Here's Blanc's pitch. And that's a called strike on Fink. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Wild Things lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Blanc set in the 0-1. And checks his swing. He went around, says the home plate umpire. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. James Ball up once again in the Traverse City bullpen. We saw him up earlier when Blanc was in trouble back in the first. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3. Fink strikes out. The third strikeout of the day, for Rob Blanc, and that'll bring up the catcher, Eddie Sorondo. Sorondo 0 for 1 with a strikeout. We said Sorondo not in game 1. Alex McKeon was behind the plate, and McKeon ended up going 1 for 1, double and a walk. in the loss. Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike on Sorondo. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Wild Things lead 2-1 over Traverse City. Blanc's 0-1. And this one's fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Sorondo, a return to the Washington Wild Things from last season. Only played 4 games with the Wild Things. He did play, however, for the Riverheads. Here's the 0-2. And this one ground to the left side. Play over there by Burns. Throw to first. A diving stretch. And the throw pulls him off as they say he didn't get the tag. Or nope. Now they appeal to the home plate umpire and he is out. 5-3 on the putout. Original call on the field was that Sorondo was safe, and appeal to the home plate umpire said that the Thomason's foot stayed on the bag at first base, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 away. That brings up the second baseman, Justin Fox. Fox today 0 for 1. He flew out to right field back in inning number 2. Fox getting more starts at second base recently. Here's Blanc's pitch, and that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count here to Justin Fox. 2 outs, bottom 4. And on that pitch, it did look like Thomason's foot stayed on the bag. He made a nice stretch over there to make the out. And even if he didn't, he did slap the tag on Sorondo as he ran by. So I think it was a very good call by the home plate umpire. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 the count, 2 outs. Here's Blanc's pitch. And that's outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. 2 outs from Consol Energy Park. Wild Things lead 2-1 here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Blanc setting the 3-0. And that's ball 4. So Justin Fox is on base here with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jamal Austin. Austin, good day so far. 2 for 2, 2 singles. After taking an 0 for 3 in the first game. Austin also 2 stolen bases today. Puts his total up to 5 for the season so far. Blanc has his sign. He's set. Checks Fox at first. And the pitch to Austin. And Austin hits a fly ball to center field. Coming in is Wallace. And he will make the catch. That's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left after the walk. And after 4 innings of play, the score, your Washington Wild Things 2, Traverse City 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of your Washington Wild Things baseball. Wild Things currently lead 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Connor Kendrick out there for his 5th inning of work, and Kendrick has been great on the mound. He retired the first 10 Traverse City Beach Bums he faced. Then he walked Ryan Bacher with 1 out, got Steven Patterson to ground out. That moved Bacher up to second, and then Jose Vargas delivered an RBI double, the first run of the game for Traverse City. However, other than that, Kendrick has done very well on the mound. Considering his last 2 outings, he has given up 5 runs in each of those last 2 outings. So pitching very well and looks to continue that here in the 5th inning, his 5th inning of work. He hasn't made it past 4 1/3 this season, so going for that today for Connor Kendrick. Due up for the Traverse City Beach Bums in this half inning, Will Kenger, Matt Burns, and Kendall Patrick. 6, 7, and 8 in the Traverse City Beach Bums order. As Kendrick is finishing up his warm-up tosses, Clearview Federal Credit Union has branches in Canonsburg, McMurray, and all over southwestern Pennsylvania. Visit clearviewfcu.org to visit one near you. So Connor Kendrick getting ready to face Traverse City here in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up Will Kenger, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1. Hit a big home run in Game 1 and was a force defensively. Kendrick looks in. He's set. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here on Will Kendrick, top of the 5th in this 7-inning contest. Wild Things lead 2-1. Kendrick's 0-1. And this one hit the right field. Popkins is right there, and he'll make the catch, one away here in the 5th. That ball hit sharply, but right to Popkins in right field, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Matt Burns. Burns today 0 for 1, flew out to Popkins out there in right field. Just one hit given up by Connor Kendrick. It was that RBI double. So he's doing well out there on the mound, the lefty. James Ball still warming up in that Traverse City bullpen. Here's the pitch. And low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Burns. Burns, the designated hitter in Game 1 of this doubleheader, playing third base here in Game 2. The pitch is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th of this 7-inning contest. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Wild Things dropping the first one 3-1, the 2-0. And that's high, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, top of the 5th. Got Will Kendrick to fly out to right field to begin the inning. Matt Burns, 5'11", 180 pounds from DeRidder, Los Angeles. And that one's in there, 3 balls and a strike. 3-1 the count. Traverse City down by 1. Looking to tie the game. Kendrick looking to keep it where it is. The 3-1. And that's outside, ball 4. The second walk of the day for Connor Kendrick gives the Traverse City Beach Bums a 1-out base runner and brings up the catcher, Kendall Patrick. Patrick today 0 for 1, flew out to left field. So runner at first, 1 out, top 5. The lefty Kendrick versus the righty Patrick. Kendrick set, checks Burns at first. And the pitch coming. Swing and a miss, no balls and a strike. A healthy cut there by Kendall Patrick. Patrick, as we said, came into today hitting 100. No homers and an RBI. Patrick catching his 5th game for Traverse City. Throw over to first, and Burns is back. No balls, 1 strike. For Matt Burns at first base, no steals on the year. Kendrick set, and the 0-1. Another throw over. Burns back again. No balls and a strike to the catcher, Kendall Patrick. Wild Things lead 2-1 here in the top of the 5th, 1 out. Kendrick looks in, he's set, and the 0-1. And that's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, just off the inside corner. Lefty on righty. Kendrick looks in, he's set, checks Burns at first, and the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another healthy cut there by Kendall Patrick. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, top 5. Wild Things lead 2-1. Kendrick looks in, he's set, checks Burns at first, the 1-2 coming. And this one, grounded to second base. Fox to second for 1, on to first, and the throw's too high, and it'll bounce off the bullpen, but a nice ricochet to Fink, and they will get the double play to end the inning. So 4-6 to 3-4 to end the inning, and add a throwing error in there on the double play, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 4.5, the score, your Wild Things 2 and Traverse City 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School, lead don't follow.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Game 2 of this doubleheader, so only 7 innings of play here as the Washington Wild Things lead 2-1 going into the bottom of the 5th. Pitching change for Traverse City, as now on the mound will be James Ball. Ball appearing in his 5th game of the season for Traverse City. He's thrown 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, a 1.42 ERA, and no record for Ball. For Rob Blanc, finishes the night going 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, both earned on 2 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And Ball, the bearded man on the mound, has a nice long black beard for Traverse City. Looks kind of like Brian Wilson, former pitcher of the San Francisco Giants. Long black beard comes right down to the letters of Beach Bums on his jersey. So Wild Things lead 2-1. Due up for the Wild Things against Ball will be Austin Wobrock, Brian Haar, Dave Popkins, 2, 3, and 4. Trying to get some insurance for the Wild Things here in the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, Wild Things lead this one 2-1 as Wobrock steps in. Wobrock today, 0 for 1, grounded out. Ball looking to keep this right where it is. Wobrock trying to extend it as Devin Davis warming up in the Wild Things bullpen. Ball set, here's the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike on Austin. Just hit that outside corner. 0-1, nobody out, bottom 5. Washington leads 2-1 over Traverse City. Ball's 0-1. And that's way outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike from James Ball. Ball, 5'10", 185-pound Hillsboro, Missouri native. Pitched for Williams Woods University last year. Ball set in the 1-1. And this one hit a long way, but foul by Austin Wobrock. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count, nobody out, bottom 5. Wild Things lead 2-1 here in the 7-inning affair. They did the traditional 7th inning stretch in the bottom of the 5th inning here in this 7-inning affair. Ball set in the 1-2. And this one hit foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. James Ball on the mound. Doesn't throw a lot of those, only 2 walks in his 6 1/3 innings of work. So Ball likes to hit the strike zone, doesn't throw a lot of balls. Ball set in the 1-2. And it's a called strike 3, and Wobrock strikes out. So Ball comes into the game and strikes out the first batter he faces. That'll bring up the third baseman, Brian Haar. Haar today, 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out. Didn't get a hit in the first game either. So looking to get off the schneid offensively. As righty on righty, Ball versus Haar. Ball set, here's his pitch. And that's a called strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Ball looks into Patrick. He's set and the 0-1. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wild Things lead 2-1. Got both runs back in the first inning. Only have 2 hits on the night, both belonging to Jamal Austin. Ball's 1-1. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. As Brian Haar, the batter, we said, returning from a leg injury that kept him out for 2 games. Didn't play on Sunday either, but that game got rained out. Ball's 2-1. And this one hit foul. Count goes even at 2. 2-2 the count, 1 out from Consol Energy Park. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network. Wild Things lead 2-1 here in Game 2 of this doubleheader after dropping Game 1 by a score of 3-1. Connor Kendrick has been fabulous on the mound. Meanwhile, there is action in the bullpen as both Zach Groats and Devin Davis are warming up. Ball's 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Har strikes out. So James Ball comes in and strikes out the first two men he's faced, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Popkins 0 for 1, flew out to left field in a third inning, also walked and scored. Wild Things lead 2-1. 2 outs, bottom 5. Ball's pitch. And this ball hit a long way to right field. Going back, and it will exit stage right. Dave Popkins, his second homer of the day, first of this game, and the Wild Things now lead 3-1. Popkins homered in game 1, homers again in game 2, and your Wild Things jump out 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. His second home run of the 2016 season, and your Wild Things take the 3-1 lead. And with that home run, when you need an attorney to hit one out of the park, yo, Keith. That home run's brought to you by Keith Owen Campbell, attorney at law. Popkins' second home run. Has a homer in each game of the doubleheader, and that'll bring up Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez, 0 for 1. Reached on a fielder's choice and was hit by a pitch as that ball's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The second earned run charged to James Ball this season. Here's his 1-0. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. That ball off the bat of Popkins, you could tell it was gone from the moment it was hit. He hit it a long way, and all W could do out there is turn and watch it. Ball's 2-0. Swing and a foul tip, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, 2 outs, bottom 5. Wild Things lead 3-1. As they're looking to take game 2 of this doubleheader and get their record back to 500 at 5-5. They're currently 4-5, the 2-1. And that's a called strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. James Ball on the mound for Traverse City. Taking over here in the 5th. Struck out the first 2 men he faced before Popkins hit his second homer of the year. Ball's 2-2. And that's outside, ball 3. 3-2, count full. Andrew Heck on deck, the left fielder. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ricky Rodriguez in his 3rd game from the DL. The 3-2. And this one chopped lightly to the right side. Ball handle himself, flipped to first, and that's out number 3. But the Wild Things had a much-needed insurance run on the home run by Dave Popkins. And after 5, the score, your Washington Wild Things 3, Traverse City 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Going to the top of the 6th, your Wild Things lead 3-1 here in game 2 of this doubleheader. 7-inning affair here as the Wild Things drop the first one 3-1 and currently lead 3-1. Connor Kendrick on the mound right now for your Washington Wild Things, going into his 6th inning of work with double barrel action in the Wild Things bullpen as both Devin Davis and Zach Groats are up and throwing. Due up for the Traverse City Beach Bums here in the top of the 6th will be Wesley Wallace, Jeff Debu, and Ryan Bacher. A much-needed insurance run for the Washington Wild Things. They do that a lot offensively, as we saw it a couple times this year. And hey, fans, Washington County's got something for you. Indoors, outdoors, history, sports, gaming, shopping. This is the place for your next adventure. Brought to you by Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. Visit them at visitwashingtoncountypa.com. Lots of fun restaurants here in Washington. Lots of places to get some food. You got the normal chain restaurants. A nice Chinese buffet that's pretty good out in town, just a couple minutes from the stadium. Come out to a Wild Things game, then go get some good food afterwards. Lots of places to choose from in the main strip at Washington. So Wesley Wallace steps in 0 for 1. He struck out. Kendrick's pitch. And it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on the Traverse City center fielder. Top of the 6th. Wild Things lead 3-1. Kendrick's 1-0. And this ball popped up, foul, and it'll go to the bleachers. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count, nobody out. Here in the top of the 6th, Wild Things lead 3-1. Connor Kendrick on the mound, besides that 4th inning, has been very good. Retired the first 10 Traverse City Beach Bums he's faced. Then walked Ryan Bacher with 1 out as this one's fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got Steven Patterson to ground out to move Bacher up to second, and then Jose Vargas with the RBI double. And that's produced the only run of the game. The only other blemish for Kendrick was the walk to Matt Burns last inning. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wesley Wallace the batter. Lefty on righty. Kendrick's 1-2. Checks his swing. He didn't go around, so the count goes even 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the 6th. Kendrick looking to go 6 innings for the first time. He's currently gone 5, which is a season high. Set in the 2-2. And Wallace will foul it off, so the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wild Things looking to even their record at 5-5. Game 3 of this series will be played tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch. Chase Cunningham will be on the mound for your Wild Things. Kendrick's 2-2. And this one's fouled off. Count sticks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. You said you could hear that right here on the MSA Sports Network. 7:05 first pitch for Game 3 of this 3-game series against the Traverse City Beach Bums. Then your Wild Things will travel to Schaumburg to take on the Boobers in a weekend series. The 2-2 is popped up. Sarando going back behind the plate. Will he have room? And he will not make the catch as he slid down by the wall and couldn't corral it. Count sticks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sarando, a nice effort, just couldn't get under it. 2-2 the count. No outs. Kendrick looking to retire Wesley Wallace. Wallace struck out his first time up. Wallace came into today hitting .048. Lefty on righty. As Kendrick looks into Sarando. Has his sign. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Kendrick struck him out. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. The 4th strikeout of the day for Connor Kendrick, and that'll bring up Jeff Debut. Debut today, 0 for 2. Popped out to second and flew out to left field. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 2 more at-bats for Traverse City here in the 7th. Kendrick looking to get through 6. He's gone 5 1/3. He's setting the pitch. And this ball popped up to center field. Jamal Austin calling everyone off. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. It's a nice 1-pitch out here to get the 2nd out of the inning, and that'll bring up Ryan Bacher. Bacher 0 for 1, walked and scored a run back in the 4th. Wild Things lead 3-1, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Doubleheaders only go 7 innings here in the Frontier League. Kendrick setting the pitch. And this ball hit the right field and deep. Popkins going back, camps under it, under the track, and makes the catch for out number 3. So 1-2-3 goes Traverse City here in the 6th. And on to the bottom of the 6th, the score, your Wild Things 3, Traverse City 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Bottom of the 6th, your Wild Things lead 3-1 here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. James Ball back out on the mound. They got a big insurance run last inning in the 5th as Dave Popkins hit his first home run, their second home run of the 2016 season, second homer of the day on the doubleheader. They hit one back in Game 1. And that gave the Wild Things a 3-1 lead. James Ball returns on the mound. He'll face Andrew Heck, Grant Fink, and Eddie Sarando. As the Wild Things look to add insurance here in inning number 6. And in the bullpen for the Washington Wild Things, looks like Andrew Wick is warming up. The closer, it is Wick out there. Ball set, here's the pitch. And the first pitch to Andrew Heck is a strike. No balls and a strike. Heck on the day, 0 for 1, grounded a double play and was hit by a pitch. The 0-1. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball in the first inning had 2 strikeouts. And also got Ricky Rodriguez to ground out, allowing that home run by Dave Popkins, the 1-1. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the 6th. Wild Things lead 3-1. 7-inning contest here, so the Wild Things will look to win it in the top of the 7th. Balls 2-1. Heck fouls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count to the Wild Things left fielder. Heck didn't play in Game 1. Gets the start here in Game 2. James Ball, the righty, versus Andrew Heck, the righty. Ball has his sign. He set the 2-2. And this one hit the right field and deep. Hooking, and it will go foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 homer, 16 RBIs a year ago for Andrew Heck. His 4th year in the Washington Wild Things organization. One of the veterans on this team. Ball set in the 2-2. And Heck pops this one up foul territory. And it'll go back into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Wild Things lead 3-1 after losing Game 1 of this doubleheader by a score of 3-1. They look to seal their 5th victory of the year with their closer warming up in the bullpen. Ball looks in, he's set, and the 2-2. And Heck ground to the left side, diving play by Burns at third, throw to first. It'll pull the first baseman off the bag. So a single for Andrew Heck to lead off the bottom of the 6th for your Washington Wild Things. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Grant Fink. Fink on the day, 0 for 1, strikeout and a walk. Has Heck on at first. A nice diving try by Burns there at third as he got in the web of his glove. He just couldn't get to his feet and throw it in time, and the throw pulled Thomason off first base. So, Ball facing Fink with nobody out and a runner at first. Ball checks Heck over there. He's setting the pitch. And Fink, fly ball to left field. Going back and camping under it is Botker. He'll make the catch, out number 1. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th, and they'll bring up the catcher, Eddie Sarando. Sarando today, 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. Getting the start behind home plate here in Game 2. For Sarando, he got 4 starts in a row following the injury to Kyle Pollock, but then the signing of Alex McKeon forced him back to backup duty. Playing pretty well behind the plate tonight. 0 for 2 at the dish. With 2 outs, or 1 out. No, 2 outs. As Andrew Heck got picked off of first base. So with 2 outs, 0-1 the count. Here to Eddie Sorondo. Ball set in the 0-1. And this one grounded to second. Peterson has it. Throw on to first, and that is out number 3. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. And after 6, the score, Washington 3, Traverse City 1. The Wild Things will look to win it here in the top of the 7th. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass is installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Pitching change for your Washington Wild Things. It will not be Andrew Wick coming into this game. It'll be Devin Davis. Davis, one of the most reliable relievers so far to this point of the season for the Wild Things. This will be his 5th game. He's thrown in 5 2/3 innings, giving up no runs, no earned, on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts to begin the season. He had a great outing in the Joliet series. Came in through 2 innings, struck out 5 batters. So 5 of his 6 strikeouts, or 5 of his 6 outs via the strikeout. Here against the Traverse City Beach Bums will face Steven Patterson, Jose Vargas, and Brandon Tomlinson. The middle of this Traverse City order as Patterson steps in. Patterson today 0 for 2. Wild Things lead 3-1 here in the top of the 7th as they look to come out with a victory. 7-inning game, so last chance for Traverse City. Game 3 of this 3-game series can be heard here on the MSA Sports Network tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch. First pitch swung on and missed by Patterson, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. As we said, 7 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings of work for Devin Davis, the 0-1. And that's a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, nobody out top of the 7th. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and Davis strikes him out. As we said, Davis a strikeout machine for these Washington Wild Things. Now 8 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. And now manager Greg Langben, as Davis came in to face the lefty, he will go to the bullpen. Pitching change for your Washington Wild Things. Up 3-1 here in the top of the 7th, looking to win it. We'll be right back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIAL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIAL Boys Volleyball and Tennis Championships, and the WPIAL Boys and Girls Track and Lacrosse Championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. And now Andrew Wick will enter the game after Devin Davis strikes out the lefty in Steven Patterson. Davis, a 1/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout. Did his job here. Wick now comes into the game. This is his 5th game of the season for the Wild Things. He's thrown in 4 innings. Getting up 4 runs, 2 of which earned on 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. His ERA sits at 4.50, and he has 2 saves here on the 2016 season. He's looking to get his 3rd save in tonight's contest. He'll face Jose Vargas, the designated hitter. Vargas today 1 for 2. He's driven in the only run for Traverse City on this one. As we said, Game 3 of this 3-game series tomorrow right here on the MSA Sports Network. 7:05 first pitch. Chase Cunningham takes the hill for your Washington Wild Things, looking to hopefully get a series win as the Wild Things look to wrap things up. And actually, that's not Wick. That is Zach Groats on the mound. So they do not go to Wick. They go to Zach Groats. And we'll look at Groats here in a minute. So Groats will face Vargas. And the first pitch from Groats is a called strike, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count on Vargas. So Groats also a very reliable reliever, fearing in his 5th game, 4 1/3 innings, no runs, no earned, 3 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. So that pitch is a ball, 1 strike. Oh, Langben electing not to go with Andrew Wick. The 1-1, and that's a called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Zach Groats looking for his first save of the 2016 season. He's 1-0. He got the win in the 3rd game of the Gateway Series, the 1-2. Swung on and missed, but the ball gets away from Serrando. Serrando gathers it, fires to first, and it's not in time. An error there by Eddie Serrando on the throw. So there was a strikeout, but he did reach on the error. Strikeout E2 for Eddie Serrando. And that'll bring up Brandon Thomason. Thomason the tying run. Or they won't give Serrando an error. So no error, just a strikeout. Second strikeout of the inning, but a runner at first base, and they will call for a pinch runner. That'll be Jeremy Delgado running for Vargas. So Delgado enters the game. And Zach Groats will check him at first. For Delgado, he doesn't have a steal yet this season, but he's a speedster over there. So Groats face Thomason with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Wild Things looking for the win. They lead 3-1. Groats looks the pitch. And this ball lined to right field, but it'll be right to Popkins, and that is out number 2 as he makes the catch. So 2 away here in the top of the 7th, and the last chance for Traverse City, Will Kinger. And Langbang coming to the mound again to talk to Zach Groats. And we will make another pitching change. So here in the top of the 7th, the second pitching change of the inning. We're going to take another break here on the MSA Sports Network. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Thing baseball. And now Andrew Wick is on the mound. Wick appearing in his 5th game, as we said. Has 2 saves on the year. He's thrown in 4 innings. Gave up 4 runs, 2 of which were earned on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts with a .450 ERA. Looking to save his 3rd game of the season for the Washington Wild Things. And the last chance for Traverse City, Will Kinger. Kinger today 0 for 2 as Wick finishing up his warm-up tosses. Game 3 of this 3-game series can be heard right here on the MSA Sports Network tomorrow night, 7:05. Chase Cunningham will be on the mound for your Washington Wild Things, and it's getaway day. As after the game, the Wild Things will travel to Schaumburg to take on the Boomers in a weekend series. Andrew Wick now throwing for the Washington Wild Things, facing Will Kinger. Wick trying to put this one in the books for the Wild Things. Looks into Serrando. Has his sign, checks Delgado at first. And the pitch coming. And this ball hit to right field and deep. Popkins back at the track and gone. A tie ball game. Will Kinger homered in last game, hits his second home run, and now ties the game here in the 7th inning at 3. It's now 3-3, and that strikeout and the drop third strike comes back to hurt the Wild Things. Traverse City now ties the game at 3 here in the 7th. A blown save for Andrew Wick. Gives up the big home run. That'll bring up Matt Burns. Burns today 0 for 1. Wick's pitch. And inside, and it hits him. So Burns will walk, giving Traverse City a base runner. 3-3 the score as Andrew Wick gives up a 2-run homer to Will Kinger. Kinger burned the Wild Things in game 1, now burns them again here in game 2. And that'll bring up Kendall Patrick, the catcher. Patrick 0 for 2. So he'll face Wick. Wick gave up a 2-run homer that tied the game. Wick set. Here's the pitch. And that's low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count here to Kendall Patrick, the catcher. Facing Andrew Wick. Wick grabs the rosin bag. 2-run homer by Will Kinger. Gave Traverse City life. They had 2 outs, and the home run tied the game at 3. Wick's 1-0. Checks a swing inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Wick on the mound, 2-0, 2 outs here in the 7th. As Wick set and the 2-0 coming. This one up the middle. Play by Fox. He'll take it to second himself, and that is out number 3. However, the Traverse City Beach Bums tie the game. 2 runs on 1 hit, the home run, no errors, and a man left on. And after 6.5, the score. Traverse City 3, your Washington Wild Things 3. We'll be back in the bottom of the 7th. Wild Things look to walk it off. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here, bottom of the 7th, 3-3 the score. As the Wild Things look for a walk-off winner, they had 2 outs and a 3-1 lead in the top of the 7th, but Will Kinger changed things with his second home run of the day, his second home run of 2016, tied the game at 3, and now we're in the bottom of the 7th. James Ball still on the mound for the Traverse City Beach Bums. He'll face Justin Fox, Jamal Austin, and Austin Wobrock. Only 2 hits for your Washington Wild Things on the day, both belonging to Jamal Austin. So Ball finishing his warm-up tosses. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Wild Things looking for a walk-off winner. Hey fans, Washington County's got something for you. Indoors, outdoors, history, sports, gaming, shopping. This is the place for your next adventure. Brought to you by Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. Visit them at visitwashingtoncountypa.com. James Ball on the mound. His 3rd inning of relief. As he will face 9-1-2 in the Wild Things order, looking for a walk-off win here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Game 3 can be heard tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch. That'll be the normal 9-inning game. This one's 7, but we're in the bottom of the 7th. Might be looking at extra innings. See if the Wild Things can get something going. Justin Fox will lead things off. Fox today 0 for 1, but he has reached on a walk. Looking to win this game. There is action in the Traverse City bullpen. Ball looks in. He's set. Here's his pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike to Justin Fox. 0-1 the count. Bottom of the 7th. Nobody out. Ball set in the 0-1. And this one fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count, bottom 7. Game tied at 3. This is like the bottom of the 9th here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Wild Things looking for a walk-off win. Ball set. The 0-2 to Fox. And this one chopped in front of the mound. Ball will handle himself, throw on to first, and that's out number 1. 1-3 on the putout. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Jamal Austin. Austin today owns both Wild Things hits. 2 for 3. As Austin will look to get on with one away. He also stole 2 bases back in inning number 1. Ball looks in. Here's his pitch to Austin. And takes it outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. If Jamal Austin can get on here, he can run. So Austin trying to get on base. The 1-0. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Jamal Austin. Austin 5 steals on the year. Has to get on here. He could be a threat for the Wild Things. Ball's 2-0. And that's a strike. 2 balls and a strike here on Jamal Austin. 2-1 the count. James Ball on the mound. Jamal Austin at the plate. Austin 2 for 3. Ball's 2-1. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Austin Wobrock on deck. Jamal Austin looking to get on. 3-1, 1 out. Ball's 3-1. And that's a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count here in the bottom of the 7th. Jamal Austin, the center fielder, is the batter. Ball's 3-2 pitch. And this ball is fouled off. Back behind the stands. His count stays 3-2. Austin Wobrock on deck, second on this team in RBIs. Ball looks in, the 3-2. And Austin, again, a foul ball hit deep down the right field line. That'll hit off the dessert den out there. Count stays 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jamal Austin, the batter. Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. So Austin on with 1 out. And that's a speed threat at first base. So with 1 out, Austin reaches. And it'll bring up Austin Wobrock. Wobrock, 31 RBIs a year ago. Manager Dan Roan coming out to the plate. Out to the mound, and we will have a pitching change. So we're going to take a break here on the MSA Sports Network. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive whip peel playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. POGS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. POGS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to POGS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. On to the bottom of the 7th, the Wild Things had a 3-1 lead and looked to win it in the top half of this inning. However, Andrew Wick gave up a 2-run homer that has us in our current situation. Well, Jamal Austin, the runner at first here, 1 out. Bottom 7, Wild Things looking for a walk-off win, and the new pitcher for the Traverse City Beach Bums, Benjamin Labuda, taking over on the mound. James Ball pitched 2 1/3 innings, striking out 2, walking 1, and giving up 2 hits, still responsible for Austin at first base. Labuda comes into today entering his 4th game, 5 2/3 innings, 1 run, 1 earned, 5 hits, 4 walks, 1 strikeout, a 1.58 ERA. And Austin Wobrock will be the batter. Wobrock today 0 for 2 with a walk. Jamal Austin at first. Labuda set, looks in. And the pitch, throw over to first. Austin's back. For Austin Wobrock, you're thinking here, if you can get one in the gap, Austin can run. You have a chance to win this game. So think right center. There's a huge gap on the right center field side. Labuda set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Wobrock. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Jamal Austin at first. Wobrock the batter. Drove in 31 runs a year ago for the Wild Things. Labuda set. And the throw over to first. Austin again back. Not much of a lead over there at first for Jamal Austin. Thinking here, if Austin can get to second base, a single scores him. Labuda set. Checks first. The 0-1. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And as a pitcher, you got to be thinking about Jamal Austin over there at first. His run wins the game. So you can't let him go anywhere, but you also got to focus on Wobrock at the plate. The 1-1, throw to first. Austin back again. 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 7th. 3-3 our score. Wild Things looking for a walk-off winner. Lefty on lefty, Labuda set. And the 1-1. Inside ball 2. Nice block there by Causey behind the plate. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count. Austin Wobrock. His biggest at-bat of the game. Labuda set. And the 2-1. Throw over to first. Austin back again. Keeping a very close eye on Jamal Austin. I don't blame him. 5 steals on the year for Jamal. And if Labuda keeps doing this, you're going to take away the stolen base game. The 2-1. And that's inside ball 3. 3 balls and a strike here to Austin Wobrock. And things get interesting if Wobrock reaches. Bottom of the 7th, 3-3. We said Wild Things looking for a walk-off. The 3-1. Wobrock chops it foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. Brian Harr on deck. Wobrock looking to get on base. Looking to somehow move Austin over to scoring position. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom 7. Labuda set. And the 3-2. And Austin fouls it off, stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Wobrock the batter, Jamal Austin at first. He reached on a walk. Wild Things looking to drive him in. 3-2, bottom 7. Labuda set. The pitch, throw over to first. Austin back again. Paying a lot of attention. It's like a pitch and a throw over. A pitch and a throw over. Does Austin dare guess that they don't throw over twice? The 3-2. Wobrock ground to the right side. That's a base hit. Austin around second, heading to third. He will get in there, and runners are at first and third with 1 out for the Washington Wild Things, and that brings up Brian Harr. Just what you wanted if you're Austin Wobrock. You set the Wild Things up with a great situation. Austin's speed gets him over to third, and this is the man you want at the plate, Brian Harr. 4 homers, 8 RBIs. As long as Brian doesn't hit one on the ground, he's good. Austin has speed. Any fly ball could score him and give the Wild Things a walk-off. Brian Harr, today, 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Could change that here. Labuda's pitch. Harr swings and misses. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here on the Wild Things for third baseman. Back off the DL today. He had an injured leg. Harr looking to end it. He could end it with a sac fly. Could end it with a single. The 0-1. Chop foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Big opportunity for Har. 0-2. 1 out. Bottom 7. All Har needs to do is get one in the air. And Austin can run. Labuda looks in. He's set. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Har strikes out. So now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, and that brings up Dave Popkins. Har chased a low inside pitch and almost hit him. And he is set down. Popkins steps up. Still a reliable option. He homered back in the 5th. Just needs a single. Labuda looks in. Switch hitter Popkins hitting from the left side. Labuda set. The pitch to Popkins. Throw to first. Wobrock's back. Jamal Austin at third. He walked. Austin Wobrock at first after the single. And a Brian Har strikeout. Gave us 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Labuda's pitch. Popkins fouls it off. No balls and a strike here. The Wild Things right fielder. Bottom 7th looking for a walk-off winner. Lefty on righty. Labuda set. And the 0-1. That's outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Popkins led the team in RBIs a year ago, looking to come through. 1-1, 2 outs, bottom 7. 3-3 the score. The pitch. Right side, just foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, bottom 7. Game tied at 3 here between your Wild Things and the Traverse City Beach Bums. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Popkins looking to come through. Labuda set. The 1-2. High. Ball 2. Wobrock will take second. They don't really care about that. This will be fielder's indifference. 2-2. Second and third for the Wild Things. Popkins, a single could win it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Labuda set. And the pitch. It hits Popkins. Hit him right in the shoulder. And the bases are now full of Wild Things for Ricky Rodriguez. That ball came in and got Popkins right on the shoulder. And that'll bring up Rodriguez, the designated hitter. Rodriguez today has reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice, once on a hit by pitch. He also grounded out. So for 1, Rodriguez looks to be the hero. Ricky Rodriguez played for the Amarillo Thunderheads a year ago from Los Angeles, California. Labuda the lefty, Rodriguez the righty, looking for a single or a walk. Labuda set. Checks Austin at third. The pitch. Strike 1 to Rodriguez. No balls and a strike. Bottom 7. Tie game at 3. Labuda has his sign. And the 0-1. Inside ball 1. Almost hit him. 1-1. Rodriguez just got out of the way of that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. The pitch to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to right center field. It is back, and it is gone. Or no, it's off the wall, but still a walk-off winner for your Washington Wild Things. Ricky Rodriguez, an RBI double. Your Wild Things win. Final score, 4-3. A walk-off winner. You can shut the curtain and put this one in the books. Ricky Rodriguez, a walk-off single. And your Wild Things come out victorious 4-3 here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Their record now goes to 5-5. We'll be right back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back on the Washington Wild Things post-game show. Final score 4-3 on the walk-off single by Ricky Rodriguez. Your Wild Things take Game 2 by a score of 4-3, and it's obvious. Your player of the game, Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez, just the one hit, but it was the biggest hit of the night for him. A walk-off RBI single off the wall in right center field. It's just what the Wild Things needed, and they win this game. Final score 4-3. I'd like to remind you, Game 3 of this 3-game series with the Traverse City Beach Bums. Tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch. Chase Cunningham on the mound for your Washington Wild Things. Thanks for listening. Final score in this one, a walk-off winner for your Washington Wild Things as they win 4-3 on the Ricky Rodriguez walk-off single. Come back tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. here on the MSA Sports Network. I'm Zach Ziegler. Thanks for listening. Final score, your Wild Things win 4-3 in walk-off fashion.